Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be working part 3 of the 2017 multiple choice paper. Remember, if you're watching this video, please ensure that you're learning, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Share with a friend so they can share it with another friend and we can all be prepared for it. So here goes. Question 41 refers to the following histogram, which shows the number of children aged 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 who took part in a survey. So the question is, what was the modal age? So remember guys, you need to know the difference between mean, mode and median. And in this case, mode is referring to the one that occurs the most, and therefore answer for 41. Let's see the answers that they give. 5, 6, 7 and 8. As we can see that the highest number was 7. The highest age group was 7. Number of children was 5, and that is attached to 7, and therefore answer for 47 is answer for 41 is 7. C. 42 says how many children took part in the survey. So remember, it is the y-axis that is given the number of children, the x-axis is given the age, as that is a common mistake that students tend to make by just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and counting the columns. But guys, that is not the case. So we need to add the number of children that each bar corresponds to. So for age group 4 it is 3, for age group 5 it is 4, for age group 6 it is 2, for age group 7 it is 5, and for age group 8 it is 1. So it is 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 5 plus 1, and that is equal to 15, and 15 corresponds with B. So answer for 42 is B. So just remember guys, interpret your graphs correctly. 43. The following table shows the frequency of scores obtained by students in a test. The range of scores is, remember, range is the difference between the largest and the smallest number, the highest and the lowest, whichever way you want to look at it or remember it. So the range of scores, so we're looking at the highest score, which is 10, and the lowest, which is 2, and our answer is 8, and therefore 43 is C. So just need to remember the formula for range. So 44, the mean of four numbers 4, 8, 2x and 12 is 10, then x is, so remember guys, mean is the sum of the numbers divided by the number of numbers. So in this case it will be 4 plus 8 plus 2x plus 12, and all of that is divided by 4, which is the number of numbers, and the mean should be 10. So we're solving for x. So 4 plus 8 plus 12 is equal to 24. So we'll have 24 plus 2x, and all of that is divided by 4 and equal to 10. So we're going to move across the 4 from the left hand side to the right hand side, so it becomes 24 plus 2x is equal to 4 times 10, and we'll get 24 plus 2x is equal to 40, and therefore 2x is equal to 40 minus 24, as we're moving the 24 from the left hand side to the right hand side, so it becomes 2x is equal to 16, and x is equal to 16 divided by 2, as the 2 was on the left hand side. When it comes to the right hand side, it now divided and it was multiplying before, so x is equal to 8, and therefore answer for 44 is A. And we are moving nicely along. 45. Of 120 students writing an exams, 100 are expected to pass. The estimated probability that a randomly selected student will fail the exam is, so 100 is expected to pass, therefore 20 of the students are expected to fail, and those that are listening to this recording will not be in that 20. So 20 students are expected to fail. So it would be 20 divided by 120, So all we need to do, guys, is simplify this equation. So 20 to itself goes 1 time, and 20 into 120 goes 6 times, and therefore the probability that a student selected at random will fail is 1/6. Therefore answer for 45 is A. 46. Which of the following diagrams best illustrates a function? Guys, remember, from functions, whatever arrows are coming from, the x value must only be mapped to one value in the y. So from the domain to the range. So from the domain, one arrow is coming from each values in the domain to the range, and the only answer that map this is D. And we've done this time and time and time again. So you need to know the difference between a domain and range, the difference between an x and y values. 47 refers to the following graph of a straight line. The straight line AB cuts the y-axis. So this is our y-axis, this is our x-axis. So we're looking at where the straight line cuts the y-axis. So the coordinates are 0 and -2. So remember, guys, when you're reading coordinates, you always read the x value followed by the y value. So our answer for 47 is D, which is 0, -2. Easy, easy, easy. 48. If h of x is equal to 3x minus 2 divided by 5, then h -6 is equal to, so what this is saying is wherever we see x, we will replace it with -6. So it will become 3 multiplied by -6 minus 2, and all of that is divided by 5. So it becomes 3 times -6 is -18 minus 2, and all of that is divided by 5. So it is -20 divided by 5, because -18 minus 2, we're adding the negative values, so it becomes -20. So now it is -20 divided by 5, and you'll see that our answer is -4. So our answer for 48 is A. And we are moving nicely along. 49. The inequality above is defined by. So guys, remember, once you see a non-shaded dot or a dot that is not shaded, therefore the value that the dot is above cannot be equal to. Only when the dot is shaded that will have an equal to sign. So when there's no shade, that means the answer can only be less than or greater than, but definitely not equal to. And from this we can see that A cannot be an answer as this has an equal to sign, B cannot be as it has an equal to sign, C has two equal to signs, so it cannot be, so therefore answer is D, which is x is greater than -2, and at the same time x is less than 3. So therefore 3 or -2 cannot be in the answer, as the dots that are above each number is not shaded. And question 50. The values of x for which y equal 4x minus x squared intersects y equals 0. So we're looking at where this diagram intersects y equals 0, which is this line. So it's y equals 0, which is 0, x is equal to 0, and x is also equal to 4. So therefore answer for 50 is A. So you can have the values of x for which y is 0. So which of the following best describes the function? So we're looking at what maps x onto y, where the domain, what allow the domain to equal to the range. And we can just figure that relationship out by looking at each figure. So it is 2 to 5. You can see that we add 3 to 2 to get 5. Same thing with 5, we had 3 to 5 to get 8. Same thing with 8, we had 3 to 8 to get 11. and added 3 to 11 to get 14. So therefore f of x is equal to x plus 3, and our answer for 51 is D. Guys, I can also get this by just looking at each answer and trying to work it out. A was saying f of x is equal to x. These values did not equal to x, are not equal to x rather. B saying x is equal to f of x plus 3. If you add 3 to these numbers, it does not equal to x. So you can just look at each answer and try to figure out what the relationship is. 52 says if each exterior angle of a regular polygon is 60 degrees, then the polygon is A. So therefore we're looking at which figure has 6 sides, as an exterior angle of a regular polygon is equal to 360 degrees. So all we need to do is divide 360 by 60 degrees and we will get 6 sides. So we're looking at what the polygon, which polygon contains 6 sides, and that is our hexagon, and therefore answer for 52 is C. So remember, exterior angle of a regular polygon is equal to 360 degrees. 53 refers to the following diagram of a pair of intersecting angles. The measure of angle ABE is, so it is angle ABE, so we know that right here would also be 58 degrees, but angle on a straight line. So there are many ways to look at it, but we're going to look at it from the perspective of angle on a straight line. So this straight line DE, so it should be equal to 180 degrees. So if we already had 58 degrees, to find the missing angle it should be 180 degrees minus 58 degrees, and that would equal to 122 degrees, and therefore answer for 53 is B. So there are many different ways, but that is a simpler way by just looking at angles on a straight line. So 54 refers to the diagram of an isosceles triangle, which means that two angles within this triangle are equal. So 54 in the triangle, the value of x is, so the two angles that are equal are these two angles. So therefore if this is 30, we also know that this angle right here is 30, and therefore from this triangle already we have a total angle of 60 degrees. And remember, angles within a triangle adds up to 180 degrees. So therefore all we need to do is equal 180 minus the angles that you already know of 60 degrees, and therefore the answer is 120. So it is 120 plus 30 and you will get 180 degrees. So our answer for 54 is C. 55. What is the image of the line y equal x when it is rotated anti-clockwise about O through an angle of 90 degrees? So O rotated anti-clockwise, so therefore it is coming in this direction. So y equal x will move to this side of the graph, and as you can see, y would still be positive but x would now be negative. So therefore y is equal to negative x when it is rotated about a 90 degrees angle. So answer for 55 is D. And moving nicely along, 56 refers to the following pair of similar triangles. So they're similar. The length of MO in centimeters is MO. So as you can see, the angles remain the same of 59 degrees and 31 degrees. So the triangle was just minimized, shrink, halved, whichever way you want to look at it. As you can see, MN is now 3 centimeters, and before this length was 6 centimeters, which means that the length of MO, which was similar to AC, is now 3.5 centimeters. So 57, in the triangle not drawn to scale, angle BAC is 30 degrees, AB is 40 meters, the length of BC in meters is, so we have 30 degrees and we have our hypotenuse. So we're looking at what the length BC is, and BC would be opposite to the angle 30. So we have opposite and we also have hypotenuse. So opposite and hypotenuse, that sounds like sine, as sine is equal to opposite. So sine the angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So therefore opposite, which is what we're looking at, BC, is sine angle multiplied by hypotenuse, which is sine 30 multiplied by 40, or 40 multiplied by sine 30, which means that our answer would be A. So remember, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan is opposite over adjacent. So 58, in the triangle ABC not drawn to scale, AB is 17 centimeters, AC is 15 centimeters, and BC is x centimeters. The value of x in centimeters is, so we're looking at our Pythagoras theorem. So we have a square plus b square is equal to c square. And c is representative of our hypotenuse. So we have our hypotenuse and we have the two other angles which would represent A and B. So we have 15 square plus x square is equal to 17 square. So x square is equal to 17 square, which is 289, minus 15 square, and 15 square is 225. So therefore x square is equal to 289 minus 225, and we will get 64. So therefore x is equal to the square root of 64, and therefore x is equal to 8, and our answer for 58 is B. Moving along to 59, in a triangle PQR, angle P, it's a triangle, remember the total size within a triangle is 180 degrees, and angle P is x degrees, and angle Q is 2x degrees. What is the size of angle R? So the total angle is 180 minus x degrees that we have plus 2x degrees. So therefore it is 180 minus 3x degrees. So our answer for 59 is D. And the last question, question 60. A surveyor sets up his instrument 12 meters from the foot of a building and records the angle of elevation of the top of the building. An estimate of the height of the building is obtained by calculating. So we're looking at the height of the building, which is opposite 40 degrees. So we have our opposite, which is what we're trying to find, and we have adjacent, which would be the distance from the building, which is the distance the man is standing. The angle of elevation 40. So we have opposite and adjacent. So that's same as if we're finding tan, as explained up above, where tan is opposite over adjacent. So tan angle, which is tan 40 degrees, is equal to opposite over adjacent. So therefore opposite is equal to tan 40 multiplied by 12, as we move the 12 from the right hand side to the left hand side. But that 12 multiplied by tan 40 only represents a portion of the building, which is the elevation angle which the man was looking at. So therefore, to get the remaining height of the building, they gave us 1.6 meters being the height of the man. So therefore, what we can do is add this 1.6 meters to what we just found of 12 tan 40, and we can get the total height of the building. Because remember, if they were actual figures, or should we have multiplied out 12 tan 40, you'd have gotten a figure in meters, and then this meter you'd add to the 1.6 meters to get what the total height of the building is. So therefore answer 460 is D, which is 1.6 plus 12 10 40. So thank you for joining us on this journey, guys, and don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and share the video now with another friend so the friend can share it with another friend as we all try to prepare for it and get grade 1 in our exam. Have a good one.